Live streaming is on.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to SEGI V-Day webinar. My name is Nash. I'm from SEGI University Kota Damansara, and also your host for this session. I believe everyone is eager to know more about biomedical science. What is it all about, and is it a biology program or is it a general science program? So the topic for today is what is biomedical science, right? So without further ado, let us welcome Dr. Christina Teh Perwin, a senior lecturer from the Faculty of Medicine, SEGI University Kota Damansara, to tell us more about the program. Hi, Dr. Christina. How are you today?
Hi, Nash. I'm good.
Right. Without wasting any more time, let's start with our presentation. Maybe you can start
Thank you.
Slides and all. Right.
All right. Thank you. Nash, I couldn't share my screen.
You need to open the slide first, I think. You need to open the slide and then you go to the share button.
Okay. But I can share. Now I can.
Right.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm Crystal from Faculty of Medicine. I'm the head of biomedical science in Faculty of Medicine in SEGI University. So today, I would like to introduce you what is biomedical science. So today, I will present you on the definition of biomedical science, the minimum entry requirements, the program structure and delivery, as well as the most important information that you guys want to know about is the career pathway. And last but not least, I would also like to introduce you a bit about our faculty members. So what is biomedical science? So when you look at the word, you can actually split the words into bio, which refer to biology, medical refers to science of medicine, and science refers to the study of science. So what is biology? Biology is the study of living organisms that divided into many specialized fields, which include the morphology, the anatomy, physiology, behavior, origin, and distribution of organisms. While the science of medicine, you will need to study the science or practice of the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of disease. While science is the intellectual and practical activity that encompasses the systematic study of the structure and behavior of physical and natural world through the experiment and observation. So in a summary, biomedical science means the use of biology to create solutions in the field of healthcare with a strong background in biological science, laboratory work, data analysis, and problem solving. So in a Faculty of Medicine in SEGI University, we do not only offer MBBS program, we also offer biomedical science. And this program, the duration of study is only 3 years, and you will be awarded with degree with honors in biomedical science. And this program is accredited by the Malaysian Qualifications Agency. In short, we can always hear MQA. So the entry requirement for this program is foundation in science, okay, with a minimum of CGPA 2.33 in 2 of the following subjects: biology, physics or mathematics, or chemistry. So any 2 of the combination with the CGPA of 2.33 in your foundation in science will enable you to be eligible to join this program. So the specialization of this BBMS is you will become the medical sciences and technology specialist. And this program is offered in Kota Damansara campus. As you can see in my first slide, where you can see the overview, the bird view of the campus. So that will be the Kota Damansara campus. And the graduating salary will be similar to other degree program, okay, about 2,000 to 3,000. And we have 2 intakes per year, which is in May, coming soon, as well as in September. So our faculty also has a lot of collaboration with international partner, for example, Duke University, and also the Hainan Medical Universities. We have actually the SEGI Duke Research Center collaboration. So this program actually offer you in 3 years, and in the first 2 years, you will study about the medical sciences. Okay, so you will learn about anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. All these are basic sciences, which also, if you understand about MBBS in the previous virtual events, you know that in year 1 and year 2, those MBBS students also study the same courses like us. Okay, they have also these microbiology courses. They have also parasitology, entomology. They have immunology. They have pathology. All these courses are quite similar to MBBS. On top of that, we have also the courses that are very specific to biomedical science. For example, hematology, okay, transfusion science and blood banking, all right, forensic science, health informatics, and lab management. So all these courses are very specific to biomedical science program. So besides that, we also want the students to learn about the managerial skills, okay, the business skill. So we also offer or provide the courses, for example, business ethics, entrepreneurship, for our students to learn about management of business. So in case in the future they become or they develop or they become the founder of some medical devices. So they need to know how to manage their business as well. So in year 3, we will focus more on the technology skills. So for example, we offer the courses like clinical diagnostic technology, molecular biology technologies. So those are courses that provide you knowledge on the technologies that the latest technology that the molecular biology have, the clinical diagnostic lab have. So on top of that, we will also want the students to gain their research skills. Okay, remember, biomedical science is all about the medicine and the science. So the science will be the experiment, the lab work, and the research. So we want students to master their research skill, and hence we provide them research methodology courses. We provide them biostatistics courses. So they will also have a semester to do a research project. So they will come up with their own title, collect their data, and after that analyze and present that data to the panel. So it's very interesting where you will definitely gain your research skill through the research project semester. And also because we want the students to be employable, okay, after graduate. So we impose a very long duration of industrial training. We have total of 25 weeks of industrial training for the students. So SEGI University Biomedical Science Program, they offer in 3 years with 3 semesters per year. So we have 2 long semester followed by 1 short semester. And facilities that we have in our faculty would be the anatomy lab. We also have a carcass-based anatomy teaching. Besides that, we have anatomy dissection hall, okay, to enable you to look into the anatomy of all the structures. And we also provide a small teaching sessions, okay, with a smaller room to have so that the students able to ask questions and discuss with the lecturer. And we also embark in the internationally recognized teaching platform, e-learning platform, which is called Blackboard. Okay, due to the pandemic issues, we need to provide a lot of online classes. Hence, SEGI has developed the Microsoft systems so that we can use Microsoft Teams to provide the online teaching to the students. Okay, it is very easy to access, and there are a lot of functions that are available. Besides that, we also have huge data resources, okay, which is called Clinical Key, which that consists of a lot of health sciences data and also articles for you to refer to. And we always believe that all study with no place will make you a dull person. So we encourage as well students to take part in those activities, extracurriculum. For example, our students have organized actually a lot of activities, including the charity activities and the mini conference as well, and also a lot of games. So our program is to provide students a strong medical diagnostic skill. We want the students to be well trained in the biotechnology methods. We want them to have a very good industrial experience and as well as managerial skills. We also prime students on the research methodology. In long run, we want them to get the lifelong learning skills so that in the future, when they graduate, they become the employable graduate. So the skills that you can acquire from the biomedical science program will be the biotechnology methods, okay, the transfusion science technology, the skills, laboratory management. You will also be exposed to medical and analytical skills as well as research methods. So at the end, what can you do after you have graduated from this program? You can become the biotechnologist, okay, that work in the biotechnology company, or you can become the healthcare support. Okay, you can work in the clinical diagnostic laboratory that placed in the private or public hospitals, or even the private clinical diagnostic lab. For example, if you have heard about BP lab, Gribo's lab, so you can become the healthcare supporters that work in the clinical diagnostic lab. Or you have mastered the research skill, so we can venture into becoming a researcher. There are a lot of institutions, research center in Malaysia, which are quite heavily hiring researchers. And of course, after become researchers, you have plenty of experience in your specific field of studies. Then eventually you become a scientist. Or you would like to communicate with people, you like to expand your network, you like to introduce people about new technologies, then you are very good or suitable for the sales career, where you can become they call it the application specialist, okay, which you will explain to the customer on the new technology of the machines you have, of the medical appliances that you have, that will help them in their diagnosis and treatment. So you have the potential, okay, to tell them those newly developed technologies and promote to them. And when the hospital use all this latest well-developed machines, technologies, then it will enhance the healthcare systems. So in case, okay, you would like to become an educator like us, then you can proceed to pursue your studies and hence become the educators eventually. So there are a lot of career opportunities in Malaysia for biomedical science graduates, okay, because your career scope are wider than others. So you can venture into pharmaceutical industries, okay? Because in pharmaceutical industries, they have research center in their own company. You can join their research center. Biotechnology companies, okay, sales, you can go into medical devices and equipment. There are a lot of companies that provide these services. And also remember, I say you can venture into diagnostic lab. Okay. There are more than 300 diagnostic laboratories available in Malaysia. And also in the healthcare systems, okay, in hospitals, in the clinics, or in hemodialysis centers. You can also venture into research. Okay, we have a lot of research centers. We also have public universities, private universities that hiring the research assistants. So you can venture into this field where there are a lot of opportunity. And because you just finished your SPM or you are taking your SPM, so eventually you need to take a year of foundation in science. And after you got the result that meet the entry requirement, you can join into our program. And after 3 years, after you get your degree, and you realize that you have a lot of passion in MBBS as well, then you can join MBBS after you graduate from biomedical science. Or if not, you want to become an educator, then you would pursue your studies into master's and PhD. So here I would like to introduce you a bit on our faculty members. So we have our Dean, Prof. Dr. Riley Suhaili, and also all our colleagues, lecturers that are specialized in their field. For example, anatomists, we have pharmacologists, we have pathologists. So they are all very experienced lecturers. And last but not least, also we have our supporting staff. They are friendly and always ready to help our students. So thank you for listening.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Christina. Before we end our session, Doctor, I have a few questions to ask. All right. The first one will be, how is the assessment structure of this program? So when the students study this program, how do we assess them to get the marks and so on?
Yeah, it will be very different from your public school, because you will only have exams all the time, But when you progress your studies into foundation in science, into the degree program, our assessment will be a bit different. Besides, we assess them via the exam. Okay, you will have exam papers, exam questions. We also assess students via coursework. So we have seminars, means presentation. We assess students via presentation. We give tests to the students. We give assignments to the student. We give questions to the student, and students answer it. So all these are another form of assessment. Yeah, that will assess them not only their knowledge but also their attitude.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Doctor. For my second question, it will be, do our students need to do any clinical posting? If yes, where will we send them?
Yeah, remember I mentioned about 25 weeks of industrial placement. So you have 6 weeks of industrial placement that you need to go into the clinical diagnostic lab and also transfusion science lab. So those are, we call it a clinical placement, where you need to learn about the clinical setting, which means how to process the sample, how to analyze the results from the samples. So some of the students even say, actually, it's not enough. Okay, 6 weeks is not enough. So that's why we add on to 16 weeks, another 16 weeks of industrial placement, where students can progress and learn more from the hospitals or diagnostic labs.
So the place for them to do the internship will be decided by the faculty or by the students themselves? How
Student,
do you do it?
student can recommend to the faculty on the industrial placement sites that they want to go. We will help them to apply by supplying them the application letter. But of course, if the students doesn't have any choices, then we will locate the students. We will help the students to locate.
But still based on the approval of the faculty, whether the faculty will approve the place that they choose or not, right?
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Doctor. So another question is, there are many others BBMS program offered elsewhere. So what makes SEGI University BBMS program stand out from the other courses out there? So what is the main strength that SEGI has?
All right. I guess a lot of institutions out there, their program is actually offered by allied health science, but ours are very, very different because our program is offered by the Faculty of Medicine. So can you imagine most our lecturers that are going to teach you for this program are a medical doctor. So they will provide you cases that they have seen in the hospital setting. So you will have an earlier exposure to the clinical cases or to the clinical setting that you may experience in your future career.
So to say that the exposure of medical science is more for our
The exposure of medical
students.
the study of medicines. You were exposed with a lot of diagnosis, treatment, the pathology of the disease.
Oh, okay. So last question. Since we mentioned about MBBS program, right? So I seen the pathway that you showed just now. BBMS students, they still can go to a different pathway, which is join the MBBS program to become a doctor. So the medical program is 5 years, right? With a degree of BBMS, how many years that they need to complete to do the medical program?
It's the same. It's the same. They have to start it fresh in year one.
From year one.
Yeah, this pathway is very different for those who, if initially they couldn't meet the entry requirement
They're
of
not qualified
MBBS.
for the medical program, right?
Yeah.
It's,
Correct. But you're still very passionate to become a doctor. Then you can go through this pathway to get a degree in biomedical science. Then from there you apply for a fresh year one MBBS course.
So meaning to say that our students still have options for them to choose while they are finishing their first and second year. If they're still not sure, they still have time to decide.
Yeah. Just to share with you, I have one of my colleagues, one of my friends in university, where he has finished his biomedical science and he got a degree. And after that, he applied for medical school. So he's now a doctor in hospital. Yeah.
So there's still chance for students to do that.
They still have chance. But for those who really determined to become a researcher, then don't waste your time to study MBBS. Okay, then you straight away take a biomedical science program, and from there you move on to master and PhD, then get on to your research career.
Okay, all right. I think it's all very crystal clear from Dr. Christina. All right, I think we have come to the end of our session. Before we end, I would like to add a few more things to tell the students what is happening in SEGI University. All right, so we are currently offering 100% foundation program scholarship to any students who are keen to pursue degree program with us. Other than that, due to the pandemic, SEGI University is offering a pandemic assistance scholarship scheme. In short, we call it PASS, P-A-S-S. This scheme, we will offer a 20% scholarship to students that joining directly into our diploma or degree program, right? And then on top of that, we are also offering an MBA scholarship for students that join our diploma and degree this year. So meaning to say that if you join our diploma and degree, you'll be eligible to have an online MBA program scholarship free for you after you finish your degree, right? I think that's all. And intake, we have a May and June intake. For May intake, you can join with your forecast and trial exam results. And June intake, you need to have the actual results with you, right? Okay. I think that's all that we have for today. If you guys want to know more detail about our scholarship, our fees, the hostel and everything, you can drop by directly to our campus or contact us directly or have a chat with our course counselors. And then lastly, I would like to thank Dr. Christina again for your input, for explanation, for your explaining to the students what is biomedical science, what are the difference and all. So I would like to end the session today. All right. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.